What up to Little B, John? How you guys doing? Get your fish on. You were third, Steve Chapman. Sorry, buddy. What up, Adam? How's it going? Nick's in the house. What is going on? What is everybody doing? I'm guessing Steve is working on videos. Usually, if he hops on here on Sunday night, he's listening while he's working. What do we got going on our show Wednesday, Steve? We got any plans yet? Nick, Matthew, how's it going? Oh, sweet. Nice. Old Thomas, man. He's quite the swimmer, isn't he? Frankie Spicer, 1981. Kick your bass in the house. Early, too. How's it going, man? I saw some of your Instagram posts. Looks like you've been getting some fishing in. Illumin Nathan, how's it going, man? Right. We're interviewing that one person on Wednesday. You guys are going to want to see that. That one person interview. Similar to the one person interview we promised you a few weeks ago that then fell through. What up, Chris and Booster? How you guys doing? What is going on? Oh, man. 3 weeks of no fishing? Man, Frank, that should be against the law, man. No fishing for 3 weeks. That's torture. What up, Terry? How you doing, man? Wow. I was able to go fishing yesterday with my buddy Dean, and we both had a good day. I caught 40 fish yesterday in about 3 hours. Let's see, I got there. See, what time did we get there? We left really early. So we drive out to this place. It's about an hour drive. Dean lives about 15 minutes out there. The fish are biting. So I meet Dean at Quick Trip, get gas and stuff. And when I pull in, I realize I'd driven all the way there and forgot the seat to my kayak. And if any of you guys fish with a kayak, you know, a seat is a critical piece of equipment. You've got to have the seat. There's some things you can get away with. You know, you can get away with no paddle in a pinch. There's a lot of things you can get away with, but not the seat, man. Got to have the seat. That's just imperative. So I had to drive all the way back, get my seat. And Dean wanted to go really early. Normally, we don't go this early, but I met him at 4 a.m. to go fishing. So I had to go back. So I'm driving back. He already went out there. He gives me a call at like 4:45. Yeah. You can't be permanently without a paddle, but if you've got pedals and you got a motor, then you can survive without a paddle every once in a while. But I don't recommend it to Little B. So Dean calls me and says, "It's freaking pitch black. I can't see anything, man. There's no way I can launch the boat. It's so dark." So he had to wait for me anyway because it was so dark. By the time I got there, the sun was just coming up. So we were able to get out and fish. So it's probably about 6 when I got on the water, and by 9:30 I was loading up and already had 40 fish. And Dean stayed longer than that, and he had a really good day too. So that was fun. That means that helped my fish count quite a bit, actually. Um, I'm up to 512 fish, so I'm over halfway. I'm still a little behind the curve though, because July 1st was the halfway mark. Kick your bass, man. I could not get a topwater bite going, and it was perfect conditions. I I caught one fish on a buzz frog, and I did have about 5 blow-ups, but they were really just kind of not interested short strikes. They just weren't even taking the bait. So once I switched over to a few different things: a worm, a chatterbait, and a spinnerbait. This is a really good thing to remember too if you're not a super experienced fisherman. If you go out and start fishing with something and you get 1 or 2 bites and a few short strikes like that, you might think to yourself, "Oh, it's working. I'm going to keep trying this," and you'll end up throwing it all day, and then you won't catch many fish. You really need to force yourself to change up techniques. So I went from the I went from the buzz frog, the basically horny toad frog. I went from that to the chatterbait, and with the chatterbait, I probably caught 12, 13 fish, and that was really good. What up, Simon? How's it going, man? And after catching 12, 13 fish in a row on the chatterbait, again, you might say to yourself, "Wow, it's going good. Why would I change up?" And Dean was throwing a chatterbait, and he was catching a lot of fish on the chatterbait. So why would you change? Because after a while, especially if you're on a small body of water like a pond, after a while, all those fish will have seen your lure multiple times. And if you mix it up, you are probably going to increase things. So then I went to the spinnerbait, and dude, the spinnerbait bite was lights out crazy good. It was way better than the chatterbait. Um, and I could have stuck with the chatterbait all day and caught fish just fine, but I'm really, really glad I switched over to the spinnerbait because the best bite of the day was that spinnerbait bite. And I was throwing a booyah spinnerbait with a gold and a silver willow leaf blade on it. So that was amazing. And then after after I was down to I'd caught about 35 fish by that time, and I'd already I'd probably missed uh 15 fish, 15 to 20 fish. So that just shows you how many strikes and bites and stuff I had throughout the day. So I was at 35 fish. What up, Brian from Oregon? Sweet. 35 fish, and then guess what? The bite slowed way down. It's like something happened and they just almost turned off. So what do you do then? You got super strong bite all morning long, and then it stops. What do you do then? That's when I pulled out the worm. I pulled out a shaky head, straight tail trick worm. and that's how I that's how finished the day. So booster, what type of water? Okay, this pond is a farm pond. Basically, it's a pretty good sized farm pond. It's got one deep end with a dam, and then it's got a lot. It's got a lot of grass in it. It's got some timber around the edges, and so obviously, you target all the timber. You target you fish around the grass lines. The water was fairly clear. A spinnerbait is a visual presentation, although the vibration is critical with a spinnerbait. But they're looking for that flash, and the water was clear enough that they could see the lures just fine. Yeah, I've never tried any of the Nori's lures, Matthew. I would be interested to see how you do on that. Hey, Frank, that's a good point. Two big coves in a lake I fish. Everyone's throwing Texas rigged worms and telling me there wasn't any fish. Basically nothing's biting. And then he puts on a spinnerbait and catches a 5-pounder. You got to mix it up. Even if it's going good, keep mixing it up because you might find something that's going even better. You wouldn't even notice it. I love War Eagle spinnerbaits, Little B. In fact, I have more War Eagle spinnerbaits than any, for sure. It's a great spinnerbait. That might be my one go-to. If I could only have one spinnerbait, it probably would be a War Eagle spinnerbait. Local Boys Fishing's asking, how does the spin wheel work? All right, good time to explain that. All right, I ask you questions either about the Mr. Bass channel or about fishing. Lately, I've been doing a little game where I called Name That Lure or Name That Bait, and I show you a lure like this, except out of the package, and I say, name that lure. First one to answer it correctly gets to spin the wheel. Now, if you get to spin the wheel, how does that work? I have these prize buckets behind the wheel, one with soft plastics, one with a lot of miscellaneous stuff like spinner baits, terminal tackle, fishing line, one with hard baits. So if you get to spin the wheel and it lands on a 1, you get to choose one item out of any bucket of your choice. If you land on a 2, you get to choose 2 items. If you land on Mr. Bass, that's jackpot, you get 3. But the Mr. Bass show can be very, very, very tough and unfair. If you land on the red X, sorry, you get nothing. You strike out. If you land on the angel, you get 1 item, and you can choose anyone in the comments. Roll Tide, Chris. You're right, buddy. I wish those spinnerbaits were called Roll Tide spinnerbaits. If you land on the angel, you get an item out of one of the buckets, and you get to pick one person on the comments to also win. If you land on KVD, you win a Strike King lure product out of the KVD crate. And this is my mega prize. If you land on that, you win this week. You win the Monster Bass multi-species bag. And while I'm on that subject, I will show you what is in the Monster Bass bag in case you win it tonight. First, you get a Monster Bass bait bag. I actually really like the bait bags. Second, you will get a Blitz Lures Buzz Frog. This is watermelon color. You will get a Kingfisher Freak Square Bill. You will get some EWG 3/0 hooks. You will get some Gambler 4-inch bacon rinds. Aloha, Jan. I'm glad to see you. I didn't know if you were going to make it. You get a pack of Big Bite Baits crickets. You get the Bobby Garland Moglo stroller. And you get the Big Bite Baits jig heads, 1/32 of an ounce in pink with black eye. Along with their stickers and their paperwork and all the other good stuff that comes in this. So this is the prize if you land on MB. What up, Matua Jeff Lauer, one of our Canadian friends. How's it going, man? So that's how you play the game. My brother was trying to get this bass to hit his swim jig, and out of nowhere, he caught a monster crappie. Sweet. I love catching a giant crappie on a bass lure by accident. That is always a fun surprise. Local boys fishing. You're from Canada too. Well, I hate to burst your bubble. Back in the good old days of the Mr. Bass channel, I used to send prizes to Canada, but I don't do it anymore because the shipping is off the charts insane. To ship one lure will cost me $15. To ship several costs way more. So, but never fear. Do not lose hope if you are Canadian. If you are a Canadian and you win, I will send you a digital Bass Pro gift card. If you win one lure, you get $5, 2 lures, $10, 3 lures, $15. I will, though, as a consolation, if you land on the mystery prize, in this case, the Monster Bass prize this week, I will still mail that to Canada. So there's still incentive for you to spin because you can spin to see whether you win 1, 2, or 3 gift cards. And if you hit the mother prize, the big prize, then I still send that to you. If you land on an X, you strike out. A couple other rules with the game. If you win once, you can't win more than once per night. So just keep that in mind. There's probably a couple other lures. Kick Your Bass is donating. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. But you can still have a good time, hopefully. The fish count. You missed it. Jan. I'll put it back up there one more time. That is the current fish count. Okay, one of the other things that I do for fun is I usually have one prize that I give away. One of my questions, I guess, if you will, is identify the major league or the minor league baseball team. I really like the minor league baseball team logos, their hats. This is one right here, actually. And that will be the first question tonight. I will put the old hat on. And if you know the name of that minor league team, So you don't have to tell me what the hat is. Just tell me the name of the team. And if you get it correctly, you get to be the first one to spin. Local boys fishing. I don't know if it's hard or not. What I can tell you is there are guys on here who have been on every show since it started, like John Smith, John Gill, Kick Your Bass, and others. They win a lot because they've been on, they've watched the show so much, they've gotten good at the game. I don't think the questions are too terribly difficult, but if you know nothing about fishing, it is going to be hard. If you know nothing about lures and baits and fishing, yeah, it's going to be hard. But if you do, like John Smith, he said hello here. Literally, John Smith wins almost every week. And I don't know how he does it, but he's really good. He's really good. You're right, Booster. This one is the Columbia Fireflies, but that's not the question. See, I may have thrown you guys off. I said this is a hat I'm wearing, but this is not the one that's the question. The one that's the question is right here. Look, there it is. I'm about to put it on. Frank has won 2 prizes. See this guy right here, John Smith. This guy wins every week. In fact, John, let's ask John. John, is there a week you have not won? I would be interested to know that. John is Canadian as well. Local boys fishing. So John used to get prizes in the early days, and now he gets gift cards. So we'll see. John. We'll wait for John's answer on has he never won. Oh, John says yes, for sure. He has not won before. I can't remember it. All right, here we go. Here's question number 1. This is your minor league baseball team. Ready? Here it is. Yeah, you're right, Frank. John Smith has a Mr. Bass collection going. Yeah, Adam, the day he did not watch the show is when he did not win a prize. Look! John Smith. John Smith is the first one to win. That's the name. That's this. He got it. Can you believe that? Here he says, oh yeah, I've not won before. Plenty of times. Didn't he say plenty of times? He said plenty of times he's not won. Oh no, he said yes for sure. Well, maybe what he means is he's answered the question correctly. He's spun every week, but sometimes he has landed on a red X. I know he has landed on a red X before. This is the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Raiders. So John Smith is the first one up. Let's see how many gift cards he wins. You're right, Adam. Just watch enough and I start cycling through the hats. I am going to buy some more hats, though, before too long. See, this is his strategy. He watches my other videos, and when I wear this hat, he must have a cheat sheet for the hats. So he says, okay, I've seen him wear that hat on a video before. That's a pretty smart strategy. John's giving his strategies away now. All right. Okay, one other thing. when I hit 4,000 subscribers, I thought I might do it this week, but I didn't, and that's probably because I didn't post any videos this week. I'm giving away the KVD Quantum Smoke Reel. We're going to have a drawing for this when I hit 4,000 subscribers. And how do you get entered for that drawing? You have to win on Spin to Win. Spin to win. And when you do, just like John Smith just now did, you get a ticket. I write your name on it, John Smith, right here. It goes in our Spin to Win Reel giveaway tumbler right here. And now John has an entry to try to win the reel. So it's going to happen soon. All right, John Smith, are you ready? You ready to spin? Let's spin. To win. Kick your bass. Yes, they are in there. 1. All right. As I said, John's a Canadian, so he gets one $5 gift card when he lands on a 1. Congratulations, John. You're the first winner of the night. Kick Your Bass is asking, are the early winners in there? Yes, I made a ticket for every one of the early winners in the early days. If you won back before I was doing the tumbler, your name is in there. All right, let's see. What else is... I don't have a lot to talk about tonight. You guys are going to have to keep the old conversation going. I was going to mention, though, that I'm going to give you guys a hint right now so you can start preparing for the game tonight. If you've been watching, you know that when I do these Name That Lure videos, I try to have a theme. And the theme tonight, I'm going to give you a heads up right now. The theme tonight is 6 cents fishing. Every lure I show you tonight is from 6 cents fishing. All you got to do is identify it. Be the first one to identify it. And you will get to spin. Yeah. Let's talk about this. This is a good question for Kick Your Bass. Recommendations for chatterbait trailers. What's everybody's favorite? I will tell you my favorite is, maybe I should use my favorite as, maybe since the little B is screwed, he knows nothing about 6 cents fishing, you can go to their website and start looking at their lures right now. But let's make that a question. Let's make that a question tonight. What is Mr. Bass's favorite chatterbait trailer? Who knows that? What is Mr. Bass's favorite chatterbait trailer? Good deal, man. Ryan, you're going to love that Flambeau Heritage. That thing is a beast. You are right. Matthew got it. He spelled it wrong, but the Zacho is my favorite trailer. It is my favorite trailer for sure. I love the Zacho. I think it is excellent, an excellent trailer. Congratulations, Matthew. Matthew's another guy that knows his stuff. He's a big swim bait dude. He likes swim baits. He likes swim baiting. All right, Matthew gets to spin, so we're going to just go ahead and spin right now for Matthew. Keep it going. You're right, Booster. Zacho is not 6 cents. So I kind of went against my deal. I said I was going to do only 6 cents, but you guys gave me this idea for the question, so I had to try it. And Matthew lands on the Angel. How about that? So one of you lucky people who have commented in the comments, Matthew is going to select someone to get a prize and to get a ticket for the reel. So I'm going to put Matthew's ticket in there. There's your ticket, Matthew. Who you got, Matthew? Pick John Smith. You are very funny, Texas Huntsman. You are very funny. Hey, Shannon, how's it going, man? Okay, Matthew. Don't take all night. Just pick somebody, man. Skeletorthogod. I actually do wear them all. You're right, though. I can't wear them very much. He picked Eric Brewer. Is that who he picked? Eric. All right, good deal. All right, we'll spin for Matthew first. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. All I need is for Eric and Matthew to tell me what they want. All right, here's Eric Brewer's ticket. All right, Matt wants a hard bait. What does Eric want? Huh. Speak of the devil. Cloud 9 from 6 Cents Fishing. This is Shad Truce is the color. And Eric wants a miscellaneous. All right, so Matthew got the Cloud 9. And Eric wants something out of the miscellaneous bucket. Another Speak of the Devil, War Eagle. We were just talking about War Eagle spinner baits. This is Gold Shiner, 1/2 ounce. War Eagle spinner bait. Nice. Good deal. All right, so the Roll Tide spinner. I like the thought of that. Wouldn't mind having a Roll Tide spinner. Right on, Brian Lee. All our prizes are sweet. Oh, Local Boys Fishing's leaving already? Dang, too bad. See you, buddy. Yeah, I agree. Texas Huntsman, War Eagles, the real deal. Below 95 degrees, huh? If it's above 95 degrees, what happens? Matthew, 6 Cents Fishing makes some great stuff. Somebody asked if I was sponsored by 6 Cents Fishing. No, I am not sponsored by 6 Cents Fishing. I've never received anything from them for free. Not ever. James, too damn hot. Okay. Well, that's a good enough reason. That is a good enough reason. Any of you guys follow any of the kayak fishing tournaments? There was a kayak fishing tournament today on the Susquehanna River in Pennsylvania. And it's the Hobie BOS series. And I love the Hobie BOS series. I love Hobie kayaks too, for that matter. I've got a Hobie Pro Angler, and I'm about to sell it, actually. Thanks, Texas Huntsman. I slayed a bunch of white bass and largemouth today on the Cloud 9. How about that, Nick? Yeah, so there's a few people on the pro circuit, the pro kayak circuit, man, who just win all the time. Oh, so why? I'd like to hear your reasons, Skeletor the God. Why did you sell your pro angler and go back to a John boat? I could think of a couple of reasons why you might want to do that. One is it goes faster if you've got a motor on it. Another good thing about a John boat is you can go out with someone in the boat. You can fish together, where a kayak, you both got to have kayaks. If you both got kayaks, though, it's actually a lot of fun. Oh, he has a backup kayak in the garage. You can definitely have a ton of fun fishing out of a John boat. But I love my kayak. Yeah, that makes sense. The one thing I like about my kayak is I can take my dog out on the water with me. Andy went out with me Saturday, and it was fun having him out there. Yeah, so I've got 2 kayaks right now as well, fishing with Gramps, and I got a bass boat. I've got a Bass Cat bass boat, 21 footer. But I find that I fish in the kayak more than I do the bass boat now. It's funny. I love the bass boat, but man, there's something about fishing out of a kayak that I really, really enjoy. So Jody Queen won on the Susquehanna River today, and he won that same tournament last year also. The dude is a rock star when it comes to fishing, kayak fishing. He won with, let's see here, see the final results. It's a 2-day tournament, so 10 fish. He won with 183.5 inches. So with 10 fish, that's an average of 18.3 inches per fish. And those are all smallmouth, by the way, on the Susquehanna. That river is amazing. If you've never fished the Susquehanna River, man, it is incredibly fun. It is a really, really cool river. Yeah, I don't have that problem, but I'm not that tall. I'm 6 foot. I'm not 6'2". But especially with like the pro angler, you can adjust your pedals back pretty far. And I've switched over though. I say I've got two kayaks. I have the Pro Angler 14, and I've got the Old Town Sportsman Autopilot, and that's why I really wanted that spot lock trolling motor. So that's why I'm selling my Hobie. Is I've got this Old Town now, and it is so amazing. That boat, I'll tell you the very best thing about that boat. It's not the spot lock. The spot lock's great. And the spot lock is definitely a game changer, as Get Your Fish On would say. But to me, what is better than the spot lock is the fact that just by simply using the trolling motor, you can fish, you can steer with your feet, fish with your hands, and it's just off the charts awesome. You literally don't have to stop fishing. You can set that trolling motor on a slow trolling speed and hug the bank and literally go around the entire lake and steer with your feet and fish the entire time. It is awesome. It is so amazing. I'm just blown away every time I get in it and do something like that. It's just amazing. So I really, tell you the truth, like Hobie for pedaling better. I mean, if I were going to be in a pedal kayak, I would definitely stick with a Pro Angler. I love that boat. It's an amazing boat. It's fantastic. It's super stable. It turns on a dime. It's great in shallow water, especially shallow grass. It's way better than the Old Town. No, Nathan. The autopilot is not heavier than the Pro Angler. They're almost the same exact weight, believe it or not. Uh, so weight. Let's put it this way: they are both heavy boats. They're heavy. No two ways about it. Compared to most kayaks, they're very heavy. But the autopilot is just, that trolling motor is just amazing. Now I know a lot of guys are buying the XI3. I think it's called the Motor Guide XI3, and they're mounting it on the bow, and they got this pulley system where they pull it and it pushes the pedal and it deploys the trolling motor. I'm sure that's great, but it does not hold a candle to that autopilot. The motor is built for the boat. It fits perfectly in the boat. You have one simple little cable to drop the trolling motor in. It has an automatic kill switch on it. It's got spot lock. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Yeah, James, it really sucks. I mean, the government, they're always trying to suck money out of you, trying to find a way to get money out of you. And you put a trolling motor on a kayak, they make you register it. And here's how stupid it is. It is law. You have to register it. You take it down to the license bureau. They don't know how to register it. It's amazing. I had to go through like 5 different people, finally find a supervisor. They had to look up the process, didn't know how to do it. And then they went through the process and then wrote it on a piece of paper. At least they told me step by step what to do. I had to take the boat to the Highway Patrol inspection station. They inspect the kayak. Then they give me a form. I take the form back and then register it. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. I have seen the bona fide P127. Nathan, Yeah, whatever. I used to have not a wilderness kayak. I used to have a Titan, uh, Native watercraft Titan, and Native, the company that owns Native, apparently bought Bonafide, and so this new kayak now they've put the Titan's pedal drive in the Bonafides, and it looks good. It looks great. I always loved the Titan's pedal drive system. It's very good. It's very solid. It's very stable. It has instant reverse, which that's the only thing about a pedal drive that beats the Hobie is it has instant reverse. But I would take a Hobie or an Old Town Autopilot over the Bonafide any day of the week. Any day of the week. Not only that, Jan, but there's some states who make you register your kayak even if it doesn't have a motor. There are some states doing that now. And that's ridiculous. I get it if you call motor, but come on. I know a trolling motor is a motor, but it's battery operated. I mean, and it's not even a horsepower, It's just another way for them to scam money out of you. Yeah, Frank, you got to register the boat, but we don't know how to do it. That's how it was. I couldn't believe it. Pretty funny. All right, let's do another. Now let's get into the 6 Sense fishing. Name that lure. Name that lure. Theft by taxation. You are not kidding. Oh, Booster, that would be good, but we don't. We go through the DMV where you register your cars. Fisherman 83, you are the winner. It's the Provoke. Brian Kolskak came in literally a millisecond behind Fisherman 83. That is the Provoke. Jerkbait. Would you agree and say that Monster Bass is best company to choose when it comes to mail order boxes of lures? Well, interesting you should ask that. Let me write down this Fisherman 83. I need to get a ticket for Fisherman 83. Fisherman 83, here's your ticket. So, Skeletor is asking, is Monster Bass the best company? Well, I probably have something to say about this because, let's face it, guys, how many of you would say that I subscribe to more monthly tackle boxes than anybody you know? Do you think that's a true statement? Mr. Bass subscribes to more monthly tackle boxes than anybody else. I'm going to spin for Fisherman 83. True. Absolutely. Hell yeah. What? Fisherman 83, speak of the devil, you are the winner of the Monster Bass multi-species bag. Holy moly, Fisherman 83 is the big winner tonight. Amazing. Monster Bass bag box. So, all right, now for those of you new, once the big prize is won, this now becomes a big X. Big X. Now there's 3 red X's on the wheel. It just got harder and more painful. By far, I probably subscribe to more monthly tackle boxes than anybody out there. And I've tried them all. I've probably tried almost all of them. And I really like Monster Bass. I used to like them a lot more. Man, when they first started, their first year or so, they were amazing. They were really, really good. They're still good, though. I mean, I don't want to say they're not. In fact, Monster Bass sends me the multi-species box every month, and I do videos on it. And I'm happy to give it away. They don't tell me I have to give it away, but I got so much tackle, I don't need it. And this box right here this month's got some great stuff. It's got this really cool square bill. This frog, this buzz frog, is really good. The gambler lures are awesome. Here's this buzz frog that you won, Fisherman 83. You won the freak. You won the bacon rinds, and then a bunch of crappie lures in there. I think their multi-species box is the best box going if you want multi-species. If you want a box that has bass lures, crappie lures, panfish lures, the multi-species box is great. Then they have their tailored boxes. Yeah, there's no frog fur in there this month, Jan. Then they have their tailored boxes. And their tailored boxes, what they do is they ask you to pick a region. Midwest, Great Lakes, that kind of stuff. And then they give you lures that are tailored towards that. Where people started complaining about Monster Bass is they started making a lot of their own lures. And if you look at their own lures, most of them are really pretty decent. They're not bad at all. But the prices they would say they're worth, like this square bill is worth, I don't know, $12, something crazy. And you look at it and you say, oh, that's a $5 bait, man. They also have started I think they're getting a little better now, but they had a period where they were putting a lot of overstocks in their boxes. And so I've seen a lot of comments from guys like someone just mentioned on here, James, not impressed. There's several guys that feel that way about Monster Bass, not impressed, but a lot of guys really like them. And I say that when you compare them to a lot of the others, they are better than a lot of the others out there. They're definitely better than Warriors. They're definitely better than Lucky. They're definitely better than quite a few. But when they go head to head with some of the others, they're probably on par with Mystery Tackle Box, although Mystery Tackle Box lately has been better, I think. They're kind of on par with the Champions Club, but lately the Champions Club has been better, I think. Bass Baits Monthly, they've not been able to touch them. Nobody has. Bass Baits Monthly has been the best box lately for sure, along with Florida Tackle Club. The only problem with Florida Tackle Club, and it's not a problem, it's great, is because he's in Florida and he's a saltwater fisherman and he focuses mostly on that kind of fishing, he calls you on the phone and gets what you want, what you're interested in, but he may not always pick the very, if you're up in Michigan, some of the lures that he picks for you may not work. But Florida Tackle Club is off the charts great. Yeah, the bento box now, Matthew. The bento box is it's $100. It's amazing. The stuff in there is awesome, but really $100, the average Joe just can't afford $100. No way. So, hey, Swak Fishing's back. How's it going, man? Yeah, I hope you're doing well. So the question was, can we agree that monster bass is the best? I don't think they're the best, but they're very, very solid, especially when you look at what they charge. I know Rick over there is working really hard to provide a good product. I think over time, especially if you've got the money to spend, not a bad place to spend your money. They also are doing some cool stuff that nobody else is doing, like their golden ticket. That's cool. They're doing their fishing tournament, which is really cool. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. See you, Shannon. Have a good one, man. Good to hear it, Swak. All right, here we go. Name that lure. Bait number 2. It's a 6 cents fishing night. Oh, rats. Here it is. How late, honey? My wife's flying in tonight. Looks like her plane is going to be late. Jeff Lauer. You got it, man. You were first. The Dogma. This is the Dogma. Jeff is a Canadian also. Congratulations, Jeff. Here's your ticket for the reel. Put it in the tumbler. And now we're spinning for gift cards. Okay, I'll check. All right, Jeff. Is it going to be an X? Is it going to be 1, 2, 3, or an X? 1. All right, Jeff. 1 gift card. Somebody said they don't have a Bass Pro where they live. If you don't have a Bass Pro and I can get you an electronic gift card from somewhere else, I will do it. You'll just have to let me know what's close to where you live. Catwalk. That's not a bad name for a topwater lure. The Catwalk. The Catwalk, the Mad Dog, and the Dogma. All right, let's do another one. Let's keep it going for a little bit here. All right. This one should be fairly easy. Do a little dance on the catwalk. Here it is. Another 6 cents lure. Did you ever check out the Evergreen? James Barron, you got it, dude. It's the Quake. The Quake 70 to be exact, but Quake is good enough. Dude, this is a great lure. Look at the hooks they put on these things, man. If you're looking for a high quality lure, again, I'm not sponsored at all by these guys. I get nothing from these guys. It's just the truth. This thing's amazing. It's great. So, James, I got to get you a ticket. You're right. Those eyes are killer looking. Okay, James, here's your ticket. Adam's going to bed. See you, Adam. Have a good one. All right, James wants a hard bait. You're getting ahead of yourself, man. You can strike out. We haven't had a strikeout yet, though. Oh, and he does. Bam. James is our first strike. Sorry, dude. But good news is your name is in the hopper. And who knows, you might win that reel. You just might. Now, here's another thing I think I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell you guys. If you strike out, you get to guess again. You have a chance to win again the same night. The only caveat is you don't get a second ticket if you do win, but you can still try. And speaking of John Smith earlier, John has done this multiple times, as has John Gill. Struck out and then come back and won again the same night. So, yes, Adam, if you strike out, you can still play. So, it's not hopeless, James. It's not hopeless. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Well, what is it, James? If I need to send you something, tell me what it is, because I can't remember. I should have that written down, actually. Just send me a DM, and I'll get it to you. I'll get it sent to you. Speaking of which, the guy who won last week, Sean Z. Does anybody know that guy? Sean Z? He has not sent me his address so I can send him his prize from last week. Any of you guys know him? Sean Z. You have not claimed your prize. There he is right there. Sean Z. I got your prize right here. This is what Sean Z won last week. But I have not seen an address from him. He knows himself. You're right, Daniel. Bass Boxing Outdoors. How's it going, man? Okay. Berkeley Digger. Gotcha, man. I did see that actually. All right, I'll get it back on here for you. I'll get it sent to you. How about that? Dude. James. Can you believe this? Sean Z says, send you the Champions Club because you struck out. How about that, dude? He says he'll cover shipping. He already did cover shipping because I think last week he donated like $20 to the show. Right on, Sean. Thanks, man. I will send that to James Barron at your request. Cool. How about that, dude? Here, James thought he thought he struck out. He did strike out. See, sometimes striking out pays off. You're right. Fishing with Gramps. Anglers are the best type of folks. That is the truth. Fisherman 83. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. For the super chat. All right. So what did you guys see at ICAST that you really liked? That is one thing I thought I might do, is go to the tackle warehouse uh, award winners. We talked a lot about this one on the Wednesday night show. What do you guys think of this? The Gilly. I'm going to share my screen here. What do you guys think of the Gilly? This one won Best of Show. Everybody was talking about this thing. All right. I can't make this any bigger, but that's pretty big. Sean Z, thanks, man. Another super chat from Sean Z to help cover the cost of shipping. Appreciate it, man. The Gilly. Those of you that weren't on the show Wednesday night, the Get Your Fish On show with me and Steve, we talked about this. This lure's been out for several years, and it's an amazing lure. It's the Java Gill. And this is pretty much the same thing as the Berkeley Gilly. You rig it the same way. It's about the same size. And it's been around for quite a while. It's a great pre-spawn or spawn lure. Fishing during the spawn. But that's all this is the Gilly. And it's been around for quite a while. It's got a weight system in it if you want. It's also got a great hook, a place for your hook. There's a couple of ways you can rig this, but if you're wondering what the Gilly looks like, I don't have a Gilly with me, but this is almost the exact same lure. That was fun talking about this lure and other lures on the Wednesday night show, because one of the things we're talking about is that everybody copies everybody else in this business, man. They all do. And you can't really blame them if there's something really hot and sexy and popular that sells. They're all going to start doing it. So the Gillies one, I saw somebody on here say that they really liked the couple other lures. Yeah, the Chapo saltwater. That was another one. Let me show you that one if you haven't seen it. Go back to the well, shoot, it's not on here. I know it won something. The best saltwater soft lure. Where's the best saltwater hard lure? This Daiwa Zillion reel is supposed to be pretty amazing. I've got a couple of Zillions, and they are pretty sweet reels. They're saying this has this SV booster system and two-stage braking system. I'd like to try it. I wonder how much this thing is. Let's click on it. $350. How many of you fish with the Daiwa Zillion or any Daiwa reels? What do you guys think of them? What's your favorite Looney Tunes character of all time? Well, Brandon Looney Tunes fan, man. He's asking about Looney Tunes on a fishing channel. It's a good question, though. Sean Z, high roller. Loves those Daiwa reels. They make some excellent reels and rods for that matter. Yeah, I'm a Shimano man more than I am a Daiwa man, but I still like the Daiwas quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. All right, I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a minute. We're going to do another name that 6 cents lure or bait in this. All right, here we go. This is the next question. Name this bait. Who will be the next winner? Spin to win winner. Robert Hart. Sorry, you got the board moved on me too quick. Robert Hart was first. It's the prawn. You are right. It is the prawn. Man, we had a lot of guys know the prawn. Robert Hart. I don't think Robert's won before. I don't recognize that name. So let's give Robert a ticket first for the reel drawing. Okay, Robert, there is your ticket for the reel. Now we will spin the wheel for Robert. Looney Tunes is actually a great show. All right, he's a winner. He's definitely won one prize. We just got to get Robert to tell us Robert Hart, do you want a hard bait, a soft plastic, or something out of the miscellaneous bucket? Foghorn Leghorn. Yosemite Sam. Believe it or not, my favorite Looney Tunes is still Bugs Bunny character. He's super witty, super clever. All right, Robert wants a hard bait. All right. It is the Rickcon Classics Rattling RC Series R3. The Series R3 crankbait. This color is called Snow Leopard. Rick Clun Square Bill. Speaking of Rick Clunn, congratulations, Robert. Speaking of Rick Clunn, is he going to get kicked out of the elites? Has anybody heard? I know points wise, he should be kicked. He should not qualify for the elites next year. Has anybody heard? Do they give him a Legends exemption or anything? Wile E. Coyote's pretty awesome too, James. You're right. I say. What you got there, boy? Heck yeah, Chris. Those are great crankbaits, and you should know. Matthew was fishing with the Depth Sweet Killer. Interesting. I'm just curious about Rick Clunn. I wonder. I first heard he wasn't gonna make it, but then I haven't heard anything since, and I haven't gone to their website to look. Marvin the Martian and Elmer Fudd. You know, some of you guys that are around my age, or we didn't have video games until I'm the Atari generation. Atari came out, but man, the only thing you did on Saturday morning is you got up and you watched cartoons. There was no Cartoon Network, so you couldn't watch cartoons every day of the week like you can now. Clunn has fished them since they started. I know he has, and I thought he might get the Legends exemption, but I don't know. Atari 2600, heck yeah. Uh, but I think that's why we all watch Looney Tunes, because it was one of the best cartoons on Saturday mornings. Scooby Doo was another one I loved. And oh, by the way, Scooby Doo's pretty lame. The thing about Looney Tunes is, as a grown adult, you can go watch Looney Tunes now and it's still really funny. Scooby Doo is terrible. Most of those cartoons we watched as kids they're terrible. But 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 Looney Tunes it's clever. It's really funny. It is funny. Commodore 64, Jeff. Now you're talking, man. Yeah, James. You're right, man. If you weren't watching cartoons, that's what you're doing. You're watching little fish, get your fish game going there. That or maybe bowling. All right, some of you old timers. How many of you remember Land of the Lost on Saturday morning? Land of the Lost. Booster, you're right. A lot of Looney Tunes is politically incorrect now. That's why it's so good. Land of the Lost. They had like was it the Schlee Stack or something on that show? Holly was my 7-year-old crush. Man, we are totally off the rails now. Yeah. Land of the Lost, man. That's an old school show right there. HR Puffin stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Little Rascals was really good, James. Yeah, dude, they are old. They're not even young old. They're old. Still kicking though. Enoch, the only good Slee Stack. Oh man. Speed Racer. I love Speed Racer too. Chaka the Native. Man, you guys know your stuff. You know your old school cartoons for sure. All right, let's do another spin to win. What time is it? 9:21. All right. 6 cents. 6 cents lures. Here it is. Huckleberry Hound. Deputy Dog. Divine Swim Jig. Come on, Adam. Robert Hart, you already won, buddy. Frank's Fishing. You got it. Actually, Robert was first, but Robert already won. You can only win once per night. It's the Swank 77X, but the Swank, it has this funky looking bill shaped like an L. That is the Swank. So congratulations, Frank's Fishing. You are the winner. Give you a ticket here. That's right. The bent bill was the kicker. All right, I'm going to give you my favorite show of all time. And the reason I'm going to tell you this is I'm going to use it as a question in the future. So, Mr. Bass Trivia. My favorite show of all time was not a cartoon. The Andy Griffith Show is my favorite show of all time. I still absolutely love it. I still watch it. I still think it's the best show ever. That's my favorite show, Andy Griffith. So keep that in mind because I will ask that. That will be a question. That will be a question on the Spin to Win show one night. You're right, Sean. Good old Barney Fife. All right, Frank's Fishing. Let's spin for you, man. Yes, Barney Fife absolutely made that show. But he and Andy were just so good together. He wouldn't have been that great by himself. I mean, they make it together. Whoa! Another red X. Frank, I cannot believe you have struck out. You did get a ticket in the bucket, though. And Frank has won before. Frank's actually donated to the show before as well, I think. Otis the Drunk. Absolutely the best. You're right. You know what? Ernest T. Bass. This will probably surprise you, Texas Huntsman. Ernest T. Bass was only on the Andy Griffith Show about 5 times. I can't remember the exact number. It might only be 4 times. I haven't got the Gilly yet, Simon. I haven't got it yet. Believe it or not, Ernest T. Bass was only on the show 4 or 5 times. It's a really small number. But he was so amazing in that role that everybody remembers him. It seems like he was in a lot of shows, but he wasn't. Fast as fast can be, can't catch me. That's right. Couldn't catch him and couldn't stop him from throwing rocks, man. That guy was a rock throwing fool and pretty accurate. He probably would have made a pretty good fisherman because his rock throwing was very accurate. Yep, good times for sure. All right, I got to check a text here from my wife, see what she's telling me about her flight. How do you do, Miss Wiley? Yeah, Sean's got it down. He's got it down. Yeah, my wife's getting in late tonight. You're not kidding, man. That was a really good episode. That was actually, that's one thing, Andy Griffith himself really loved. He loved that kind of music, and so he would try to put it in the show a lot. And I love that kind of music too. The old bluegrass, picking and grinning sort of stuff. In fact, I grew up on hee haw, and that's the same kind of music. Good old classic country music, man. I dig that stuff. Wow. The Little B says Ernest T. Bass was only in 3 shows. 2 in season 4 and 1 in 5. I can't believe that. It seems like he was in there all the time. Oh, dude, we're getting way off topic. No, Texas Huntsman's asking best Andy's girlfriend. I think Helen. I think Ellie would have been great if she'd stayed on the show. I mean, she was really good, but Helen was just there for so much longer. He's got several hilarious monologues, Booster. The football one's one of them for sure, but he's got several. He was a pretty funny comedian. Golly, man. This show, we're not talking about fishing at all anymore. Oh, yeah, jeez. Oh, hee haw. Oh, my goodness. Yep. What do kids have that they can watch now like that? Nothing. It's nothing that good anymore, is there? Nothing that good. See you, Matthew. You leaving? Matthew, our swim bait aficionado. Matthew's not afraid to drop some money on expensive lures. He's got several of these. The DRTs, the DRT Clash 9. And the Baby Clash, the Tiny Clash, they call it. And I don't know what other ones he's got, but he's definitely into that. Yes. Yes. MASH is also a great show. Yeah, Netflix. Netflix has got some good stuff on there sometimes. Speaking of shows, how many of you guys have been watching that new soccer one with the dude from Kansas City? What's that thing called? Lasso. Ted Lasso. That was pretty funny, John. It wasn't that close, man. Yeah, man. For some of you guys who are new to the show, One day on the show, I was reaching up for one of these, and I got I think it was this one right here. I got this hook in my finger live on the air. That was pretty painful. Pretty painful to get a hook in you anytime. Just as painful doing it on the live Mr. Bass show. I don't watch much either. Texas Huntsman. A guy at work recommended that Ted Lasso show to me, and it's pretty good. The main character, Ted Lasso, has got to be the most optimistic dude on the planet. Huh. Booster was stationed where they filmed where MASH was located. Helen the Bar Lady was real. How about that? Amazing TV trivia also on the Mr. Bass show. All right. Name this lure. Here's the next 6 cents lure. This one's kind of unique. All right. I'm going to give this to Garrett. Although Brian Lee, you're right. It's actually called the Crush Flat 75X. Because there are other crushes, but I'm not going to get that technical tonight. So Crush is good enough. Garrett, 27. You are the winner. Let's get you a ticket. Congratulations, Garrett. Here is your ticket to go in the tumbler for the reel giveaway. Here at 27. We will spin and see what you land on, Garrett. What? Oh, I thought we were going to hit another X. 1. All right. So your choices are hard bait bucket, miscellaneous bucket, or soft plastics. Pick your poison, Garrett. All right. If you've never won before, but you did win tonight and you're wondering, how do I claim my prize? You can DM me on Instagram. All right. Garrett wants a hard bait. You can DM me on Instagram. Here's my Instagram account at Mr. Bass TV. You can DM me, send me your name and address, and if your name is different, like say you're Garrett 27, I need to know your full name. So send me your full name along with your address and what you won, and I will mail it out to you. All right, Garrett, you have won the Storm Arashi Square Rattling Square 5 Square Bill. This color is, I don't know what they call this color. It says SAA 72. Who knows? Looks like a good craw color to me. Does it say on the front somewhere? Nope. Anyway, the Arashi square bill. If you do not have Instagram, why not? Get Instagram. But if you don't, and you're adamant, I will never have an Instagram account ever, then you can send me an email at Mr. Bass TV at protonmail.com, and I will give me the same information, your name, your address, what you won, and I will mail it to you. I did not know that Arashi made any spy baits. Interesting. A JDM spend to win night? What are you trying to kill me, Nathan? Matthew would be all over that, wouldn't you, Matthew? A JDM spend to win night. I tell you what, what I might do one day is give away one of my. After I give away the reel, I'm going to have another big prize that I'll probably give away at 10,000. Maybe I'll give away one of my swim baits when I hit 10,000 subs. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? That would be kind of fun. Give away a swim bait, or maybe a rat, a PB rat, maybe, or one of these swim baits. Yeah, I'll think that over. I'll see if I can afford that. Yeah, Fisherman 83. I'm not giving away any of my NRX rods. Sorry. Yeah, maybe a Depths 250. Those are pretty sweet swim baits for sure. Yeah, that's one thing to Little B, man. If you win a ginormous swim bait, you don't have the equipment for it, you could always sell it. You know, one good thing about these big swim baits is they have a great resale value. You can sell them like that. The Clash already signed in blood. Okay, Fishing with Gramps. If you're asking about our Get Your Fish On show every Wednesday night, we are having someone on our live show next week, but can't tell you officially who it is, just in case they don't show up. What I will tell you is they're a prominent person in the fishing world. And they might have a name with these initials that boosters put on the screen there. So who knows? It's possible. It is possible. We've gotten confirmation that he will be on the show at some point. Yeah, Roger. Have you seen my tackle room? Mr. Bass got more tackle than a bait shop. This is why I want to start doing some lives on TikTok. One is I want to get my TikTok up, but two, I can do that on my phone and I can show you guys my tackle room. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that on TikTok. So if you don't have TikTok, why not? Got to get TikTok. TikTok on the I mean, that's the latest, greatest craze, TikTok. So I'm going to be doing some live streams because I'm over 1,000 followers. You can't do a live stream until you have at least 1,000 followers. I'm over 1,000 now. So I can start doing lives, and I'm going to do some from the tackle room. And it is a little insane, Roger. I definitely got a problem. Yeah, you're right, Jan. The old Mr. Bass TikTok dance moves are going to be amazing. That would be a good question, Illuminathan. Would be interesting. I can guarantee you he gets as many ducket rods as he wants because he is amazing. He is amazing. Yeah, Adam, you know, a 2 hour live stream like I do on Sunday nights is that's a big time commitment. But I really like giving these lures away. And so I'm going to keep doing them, but quick live streams I think would be much funner sometimes. Yeah, I think a lot of guys that are into this stuff, it's it can get addicting. It can get addicting quick. Really, you think Jacob's gonna flush ducket fishing and go to 13? 13 fishing? That would be interesting. James, man, I hear you. I don't know. You would think that a guy like that could write his own, could basically go to any company and get sponsored because he just wins so much. Oh, gotcha fishing with Gramps. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. A company like Guggen, Gramps could they might pay way more. I know, you know, Wheeler's definitely sponsored by Guggen. And man, Ketchco sells a ton of Guggen lures, man. A ton of Guggen lures. Many. So if I were a sponsor, I'd want Jake. I mean, if I were a company that made any kind of fishing tackle or products, I would want Jacob Wheeler because he is so good, and not only is he so good, he's very good about promoting what he fishes with. You know, he shows it on the video all the time, what he's fishing with, and guys will buy that stuff. They absolutely will. Liv and Nathan, you're not kidding. Nothing like a Guggen rod with a metanium on it. Holy cow. Yeah, pretty funny. Good night, Chris. Thanks for hopping on, man. Appreciate it. It's good seeing you again. All right, we're going to do one more prize, and then I'm going to shut her down for the night. So we're going to pick one last 6 cents lure. Here it is. Are you ready? Thanks, Luminathan. Appreciate it, man. Bam. Here it is. What 6 cents lure is this? Crush Mini. Nope. It's not the Crush Mini. Oh, Jan, you were so close. Jan, got it. It is called the Speed Wake. The Speed Wake. Now, somebody said like Speed Glide. This is what the Speed Glide looks like right here. It doesn't have a bill on the front. The Speed Wake has a bill, and you can see side by side, they're pretty different as far as the size goes. It's definitely a wake bait. Jan has not won in a while. Congratulations, Jan. You are the final winner tonight. Here's your ticket. And let's spin for Jan. Two. Jan gets 2. How about that? All right, Jan. Congratulations, man. What you in the mood for? Hard and miscellaneous. All right. All right, so on the hard baits, you've got the Bait Labs. This is called the Fry Shad. Flamin' Shiner is the color. The Fry Shad. And from the miscellaneous, the H2O Express Premium Spinnerbait. This color is white and chartreuse. How about that? H2O Spinnerbait and Bait Lab jerkbait. Fry shad, they call it. It's a spinnerbait night. You're right, Adam. All right, guys, that is going to do it. I'm going to wrap up just a couple of minutes early because my wife is flying in. I got to go to the airport and pick her up. Thanks, everybody, for hopping on. Yes, I did not show it, did I, Illuminathan? But here it is. The Axis Metal 2.0. I had it in the lineup. Just didn't get to it. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Hit that like button if you would. I'd appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, I would greatly appreciate you subscribing. And don't forget, Wednesday night, it's the Mr. Bass and Get Your Fish On show with Steve Chapman. Same time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you guys Wednesday night, where we will be interviewing a very special mystery guest. And speaking of Curve 55, there you go, Booster. There it is. The Curve 55. Hope you guys have a great night. If you were a winner, please send me your information. I'll show you my Instagram one more time before I log off. There it is, at Mr. Bass TV. Cloud 9. Want to see a Cloud 9 before I go? There's one. The Cloud 9. That's the big one, the C10. It dives deep. That's a good color. That's Jaint Juice. If you ever watch Bait Man, that's his color, Jaint Juice. All right, guys, have a good night. See you Wednesday. We're ending in 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.